Hello everyone. In this lecture we are going to discuss about 8th class topic, chapter number first, rational and irrational numbers, practice set 1.2. So within a practice set 1.2 we have a first question, compare the following numbers. Within it first sub question we have minus of 7 and minus of 2. We have to compare those two number by using the appropriate sign less than, greater than or equal to. This first sign stands for the less than, next sign stands for the greater than, and the last sign stands for the equal to. Keep in mind. Now once we have the negative integer, so be focused on such a type of negative numbers. In case of negative numbers, the number which look like the least one, actually it is greatest one. Once we will consider here we have the number 7 and 2. So 2 be the least number in case of our positive integer. But as compared to the negative integer, minus of 2 is the greatest number as compared to the minus of 7 here. Once keep in mind we have a number line, on it somewhere we have a minus of 2 and somewhere we have a minus of 7. The number which is closer to 0, in case of negative numbers we are talking about, the negative number which is closer to 0, it is always greater number, keep in mind. So once here as compared to the minus of 7, minus 2 is closer to 0, that's why minus of 2 is greater than that of minus of 7. Now look at the next one. We are having 0 and minus of 9 by 5. So we well known every negative integer is always just less than that of 0, because all negative integer lies towards left of 0. Now we have the negative rational. So ultimately the negative number, whatever number we have, it may be the integer, it may be the rational, it is always less than that of 0. So we have to put the appropriate sign over here. 0 is greater than minus of 9 by 5, or we might be says minus of 9 by 5 is less than that of 0. Now look at the next sub question. Third we have 8 by 7 comma 0. So now again we well known whatever be the positive integer that are lies just right of 0, so positive integer is always greater than that of 0. Now we have the positive rational and 0. So keep in mind, be focused, whatever be the positive number, it is always just greater than that of 0. So 8 by 7 is greater than that of 0, or we might be read it as 0 is less than that of 8 by 7. Now be concentrate on fourth sub question. We have minus of 5 by 4 and 1 by 4. So if we will look ahead towards denominator of both rational that are identical, so we have to compare the numerators only, like minus of 5 and 1. So we know that negative integer is always less than that of positive integer. So minus of 5 is less than that of 1. So that should implies now minus of 5 by 4 is less than that of a1, or ultimately 1 is greater than that of minus of 5 by 4. Look at the next sub question number 5. 40 divided by 29 and 141 divided by 29. Again be focused on the denominators of the given rationals. We have a 29 and 29, both are identical, so that now we are comparing their numerators. Numerators are of the form 40 and 141. Now we well known 141 is greater than that of 40, or 40 is less than that of 141. So that should implies now 40 divided by 29 is less than that of we have 141 divided by 29. Look at the next sub question we are having. Sub question number 6, minus of 17 divided by 20 and minus of 13 divided by 20. So once be focused on their denominator, that are 20 and 20 identical, so we have to compare the numerators only. We have the numerators minus of 17 and minus of 13. Keep in mind, for any rational of the form a by b, the upper part is known as your numerator and lower part is known as your denominator. So that now we have to compare minus of 17 and minus of 13. Now 13 look like the least number, but as compared to the negative number, it is greatest one, because minus of 13 is closer to that of 0 as compared to the minus of 17. So that should implies now minus of 17 divided by 20 is less than that of minus of 13 divided by 20. Look at the next sub question we are having. Question number 7. 15 divided by 12 and 7 divided by 16. Now be focused on their denominator that are different one, not identical. So that we are writing now 15 divided by 12 and 7 divided by 16. So here we have to use cross ratio test. Like way, we have to multiply 15 and 17. So we are writing now 15 into 17, and next to it we have to multiply 12 and 7 and try to compare them. 12 into 7. So 15 into 16 we have 240 and 12 sevens are 84. So here once a 240 is greater than 84, then we have our result, that is first rational whatever we have 15 divided by 12, it is greater than now 7 divided by 16. Keep in mind. Now look at the next sub question. We have a sub question number 8, minus of 25 divided by 8 and minus of 9 by 4. Again be focused on the denominator that are different one, 8 and 4. So what shall we have to do? Use the cross ratio test again. So we have minus of 25 into 4 and next to it we have 8 into minus of 9. So we have to compare them, 8 into minus of 9. So that 25 4s are 100, plus minus becomes minus of 100. And next to it we have a 8 9s are 72, plus minus becomes minus of 72. Now negative integers, so whatever be the number look like the least one, actually that is greatest one due to the negative sign. Or might be here we can say that minus of 72 is closer to that of 0 as compared to the minus of 100. That's why minus of 70 is greater than that of minus of 100. Now that means our first rational minus of 25 divided by 8, that should be less than that of second rational we are having minus of 9 divided by 4. Now look at the next sub question number 9. We have a 12 by 15 and 3 by 5. So now again both the rationals having different denominator, we have to use cross ratio test. We have to multiply 12 by 5 and then we have to multiply 15 by 3. So that we are getting here 12 5s are 60 and next to it 15 3s are 45. So everyone well known now 60 is greater than 45. So we conclude our result, first rational should be greater than that of second one whatever we have, like 12 by 15 is greater than that of 3 by 15. Look at the last sub question number 10, minus of 7 divided by 11 and minus of 3 by 4. Again both are having the different denominator, so use the cross ratio test. We are having minus of 7 into 4 and next to it we are having 11 into minus of 3. So that we are getting here 7 4s are 28 plus minus minus of 28, 11 3s are 33 plus minus minus of 33. Now we have to compare them. Now we well known minus of 28 is greater than that of minus of 33. So that should implies now our result, that is first rational whatever we have minus of 7 by 11 is just greater than that of the second rational we have minus of 3 by 4. Hence we have here practice set 1.2. Thank you.